How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood. We inspect everything. Our inspection process covers all of the following 70 points: animal-proof chimney cap, roof ridge vents, roof to soffit junctions, dormer fascia, attic gable vents, gutter lines, fascia trim, garage door, utility penetrations, water, gas, electric, and cable, bathroom vents, attic roof ridge vents, attic electrical, wiring, junctions, boxes, and lighting, concrete decks, additions, wooden crawl spaces, basement plumbing, penetrations, ceiling, floor, and wall. Wildlife Command Center's mission is to deliver the finest quality wildlife removal and pest control service that is safe for the environment. For more information, call us now.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Sorry about the internet is kind of crappy right now, or it's not anymore. It's back up and running. We're good to go, but I don't know what happened. So for those of y'all who are watching this show, we're back at it again. We are back. So definitely comment down below. Let me know that you guys are back over here. The internet was just really, really crappy for a good minute there. There's a lot more we need to talk about, obviously. And I guess I'll wait for some more people to come in.
Yeah, I'm dropping a link over on the other one.
Thank you. Because it was acting a dang fool. But now the internet is back up and running and good. Like, it's running just fine now. Now it wants to start working. But we are back. Okay. So anyway, thank you guys thank you to everyone who is jumping back on to this conversation and all that. We're going to continue this conversation. Just the internet was really, really, really bad. But to reiterate everything that we were just talking about just a second ago, if only we were able to find out like what really went down, what the real truth is. These are the moments, like I said before, these are the moments when body cam footage is very helpful. This is the moment when people are pulling out their phones and recording as well. I mean, as much as we sit here and say it's so annoying that we got people putting their cameras or their phones in people's face, video recording everything, sometimes it's the most necessary thing, because then you get to find out what really went down, what the truth is. Just like what we saw in regards to Masai, and his little run-in with that deputy sheriff during the championship. I mean, these are the moments when the footage backfires, but in a good way. It backfires on the person that's sitting there lying, stretching the truth, trying to, BS you, that kind of thing. So I'm very, very thankful for that. I just wish that there was body cam footage on those cops. Then we could really know what's going on, what really, really went down. And, man, like I said before, all I can say is thoughts and prayers go out to Jacob Blake and his family, for sure, and to the city of Kenosha. That's terrible what's going on over there, and it's on fire. That city's on fire, literally, right now. But anyway, we got to jump into the other pieces of the stories that are going on elsewhere in the world. Some interesting news. Some people are saying I feel like it's great news, but there's a lot of people that feel a certain type of way in regards to this plasma treatments for COVID-19 patients. Jack, what's up with this, man? What's the story, bruh?
So yeah, over the weekend, partially I imagine it's primarily due to President Trump pushing for an emergency authorization
Yeah.
for use of plasma to treat COVID-19, and it's convalescent plasma. So the FDA has announced an emergency authorization to use plasma in the treatment. And it says that saying that the known and potential benefits of the product outweigh the known and potential risks of the product. So a lot of people were kind of really iffy about it, but they said that more than 70,000 patients have been treated with convalescent plasma, which is made from using the blood of people who have recovered from coronavirus infections. So they said, President Trump said, "Today I am pleased to make a truly historic announcement in our battle against the China virus that will save countless lives. Today's action will dramatically increase access to the treatment." Last week, Trump had accused health officials of playing politics regarding an EUA, which is, I guess, emergency use authorization for convalescent plasma. And Trump said when the FDA had not granted it, Trump said it wasn't, or it was political. And so now that it's happened, I guess now it's about the science part of it. FDA, I guess, has no obligation to consult anyone outside the agency about its decision. So it's not like they had to go through some other type of process or approval from another, side of the government to be able to say something's allowed or not.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It must come from donors that have recovered from the coronavirus. Some trials are underway, but I don't know. So the data we gathered suggests that patients who were treated early in their disease course, within 3 days of being diagnosed, with plasma containing high levels of antibodies, benefited from the most from treatment. We saw about a 35% better survival in the patients who benefit most from the treatment. We dream of drug development of something like a 35% mortality reduction. This is a major advance in the treatment of patients, a major advance. I don't know. I mean, I know that they use plasma and stuff like that for treatments of other diseases. And usually it's basically like going and getting that flu shot. You got your antibodies from the drug and to fight off the infections. And if it helps people recover quicker, it sounds like, this would be a good route to go down.
And now the funny thing is that they keep saying, Trump's saying historic. He's throwing out these big words, but from my understanding, there's a lot of other scientists that are, of course, behind this whole thing. They're saying they're trying not to say those kind of words. What they really want to say is that they're trying to say it is a hopeful alternative for treatment, and that they are obviously they're excited about how good it's doing, but they're like, we're really like tiptoeing around the word historical. But we do believe in this procedure. We do believe in this treatment, and this could be a huge sign of hope for everyone. Now, of course, there's a lot of people out there that are going, oh, well, why is Trump, saying these things as much as he can? Why? There's a lot of people who speculate that he is saying this so that he can look good in regards to his polls. We're getting closer and closer and closer. It feels like 15 years till we get to the election day. But at the same time, people are saying that he is using this for his own advantage, so that he can look good and get better results on his polls, so that his election would be a little bit better for him. What are your thoughts on that, Jack?
I mean, the FDA says that everything that they do is based on data. Trump is saying that the reason they slow things down and haven't pushed things forward quicker for other treatments and things like that is because of politics.
Right.
So it sounds like the person that's making it about politics is Trump. But again, this is a president that has not had the full support behind science. So at least that's what it seems like in general.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So when they say they're only doing everything on scientific data, it's very easy to say that someone's not doing something if it goes against what you want them to do, and then you say, oh, it's politics. They're just not doing it because they don't like me. But we've seen the FDA is kind of, as Trump has announced different things about different options of treatments. I mean, the FDA seems to be right behind them and making changes and putting things out there as he talks about them. Yeah. So I don't know if they're. I don't know. I don't know if it's really a political thing. I mean, I think everyone just wants a cure. At some point in time, like, I don't care who is currently in the space of being president, if they find something that is going to help people survive more and also possibly get better quicker, then I'm all for it. And whether it's political or scientific, obviously I want the science behind it to be there to support the actual data. And everything we're doing right now, it seems to be a just run and gun type of situation. Like, oh, maybe this will work. Oh, maybe this one will work.
Right.
You throw enough stuff against the wall, something's gonna stick. And so
yeah,
but some people along the way are going to have allergic reactions. Other people could get seriously ill from different types of treatments.
Right.
I don't know if people ever have bad reactions to plasma donations. And I know that people are out there will go donate, plasma. But I know that the Red Cross and things like that, they were at the beginning of the year were asking for blood donations, because they were way down.
Right.
Because people weren't going out and they weren't going to see doctors. They weren't going and doing their normal, activities.
Yeah.
But I think over the years, it's already been a decline in people that donate. And that's just blood donations. This is plasma. So with plasma, you can actually go up to those centers. You can get paid money to donate your plasma. And you go in there, you sit there, they take it, they swirl it around in their machines, take the plasma out, put your blood back in. So maybe this is a little bit more doable for some people.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't know if one version of COVID could be treated with a different version of COVID plasma treatments, or if I'm not sure how how that whole system works within the body.
Right.
But anything any way we can tackle this, I'm all for it. I want to see something work that can help everyone get back to normal.
Yeah, I mean, here it is. I mean, anything by any means necessary, if we can find a way to get people better, not have everybody dying all the time, not all the time, but, having casualties from this terrible virus, then I'm all for it. And if it's working, and from my understanding, it does work. There have been people who have been given the treatment, the plasma treatment, and they came out with great results, like within 30 hours. A little over 24 hours, people were starting to feel like they could breathe, that kind of thing. So if that is what it is, if that's the case, that is a wonderful thing. And I'm so happy for it. Doesn't matter who the president is that is saying, hey, we have this groundbreaking information and we're about to do this thing for people who have the COVID. Doesn't stop people from having COVID, but at least helps people from dying from it, or be able to help them bounce back from the COVID. So that's huge things. And the thing is that, and I'm seeing in the comments, of course, if you have had the COVID and you have not gone out and donated your plasma, please do. There are a lot of people out here that are really, really sick that really need your help. By you donating your plasma could save a lot of people. So definitely, if you can, I say do it. If you have had COVID, most definitely go donate. This could be something that could hold us over until we actually have a powerful and effective vaccine. Because right now, people, we got things like CEO of My Pillow trying to promote oleandrin, and that's only been tested on 1,000 people, as he says. 1,000 people against millions and millions of a population in a country, or billions in the world. That's not enough. That's not enough stats for me personally. So if we can use this to hold us over for a little bit so that we have an actual effective Vaccine, come on with it. And I said, you could be the worst president in the world, or you could be the best president of the world. You still give me this information, I'm going to be a happy man. It's still happy news, but that still doesn't change my opinion on who I'm voting for come 2020, in my personal opinion, or come this election, period. That's just what I think. Jack, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I want the administration to always be looking for improvements to society, right? So, but the policies that the current administration has don't match up with both of our general, ideas about policy. So, just because someone improves in one spot doesn't mean that changes their whole persona.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to see what happens. I mean, hopefully they can figure this out. I know the stocks for these companies that do these plasma treatments are going to go skyrocketing, or a few of them are going to be really up there. And I am always kind of following the money. Where else? What else? What line of other things can be done to treat people? Right? And you have plasma treatments. There's going to be a vaccine. Yeah. Creation or whatever at some point in time. Other than that, it's material goods like the masks and things like that for preventative measures. But in the treatment and cure of disease, I mean, there's either you develop a vaccine, or you create things that help people get better sooner. Right. So, and as of right now, it seems like we have a plethora of things that we're working on to help people get better sooner. And if the death rate and mortality rate from it drops due to this stuff, then that's great. Again, we still don't know all the long-term effects that this is going to have. Yeah. There's some people that get really sick and then have the extreme lung issues if they went on ventilators. Things are being caused for a lifelong issues. We don't know if this is something that you get once and then, in 6 years, all of a sudden it pops back up out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. It's going to stay dormant in your system. There's some people that have been sick for months, and then other people got well, and then they got sick again, and they don't know if it left their system and they got reinfected, or if it's something that just stayed dormant and then got reactivated. So we're still in that trial and error stage, unfortunately. But I'd rather see them coming up with ideas like this than not. I'd rather see everything being tried out, and if there's people that are willing to do the treatment, to test it out for the public, then that's amazing. And I thank those people for putting their lives out there. Obviously they're already facing coronavirus if they're going out and trying out this treatment. And I feel bad for the people that if everything else works with these plasma donations, and then you have the other people that are sitting there that are getting this placebo, and if any of them get more sick because they didn't get the actual plasma, they're, that's I guess the risk that they're taking too. Yeah,
and what's scary is we need to. I guess we're just gonna have to sit back and wait and see. I mean, at the end of it all, and just see what is effective, what really, really works, and what really keeps this virus at bay. And then, like you said, I mean, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of questions that have not been answered yet. That obviously, we have been seeing almost every single day. There's always some sort of new piece of information that pops up in regards to there's a new strain, or here are some traits, those aren't the traits. Here are some other, tell signs of having COVID, but like I said, as we've already talked about several times before on the show, is that, this is a virus that we will continue to learn more about as time goes on. And you're right. It could be a dormant thing. It could be a virus that stays dormant in your system, then suddenly just flares up again. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything's possible. We don't know everything yet because we haven't even finished a year dealing with this stuff, dealing with this particular virus. It's brand new. So all we can do is sit back and wait and see what actually goes down. You never know. Flu season could come around, and people who have had COVID could get sick again. But instead of it being the flu, it could just be a flare-up of COVID that you've already had in your system again. I mean, like I said, the possibilities are endless up in this piece. And all I can say is, like, I just hope that this plasma is a step towards positive, is a step towards a better result for all of us, because we all want something good at the end of it. You know, at the end of it, we all want results that aren't going to leave our fatality rates rising, and obviously emptying those hospitals, and of course getting ourselves to go back to work and go back to school and just go back to some semblance of normalcy. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what really goes down with that. Fingers crossed for sure. You know, the RNC convention is happening tonight, starts tonight. It's going to be very interesting. You know, I'll be checking it out. Obviously, I watched the DNC, so I'm interested to see what the RNC has to offer. Obviously, they watched DNC, the convention for the Democratic National Convention. So I'm interested to see what they do, if they're doing the exact same thing or if they're going to, like, turn it up a notch, try to do bigger and better. And of course, I want to see what their ongoing theme is going to be. If it's going to be them talking about positive things and how the America has done really, really great for the past 4 years, like in their biased opinion, or if they're just going to bash, which is a possibility too. You know, I'm just throwing it up there. There's there's possibilities that they could do both at the same time. You never know. But I'm interested to see who's going to be out there speaking on behalf of the president and on behalf of the RNC. But also, I want to say this too, and I said it live on the show a couple days before last week during the night show, and I got weak. So the McCluskeys, St. Louis's own McCluskeys, will be speaking on behalf of the RNC, and I got so weak. Do you understand how weak I got? Oh my God! Of course that's going to happen. Of course. But then you got to wonder, what kind of message is that getting? Is that sending? What kind of message is that sending? Just a little bit. But we already know how Trump feels about BLM. Any of the stuff that's going on in the streets, we already know how he feels about that. But I think it's a very interesting move for him to bring those two up to speak on behalf of him. And of course, his roster is very interesting as well. But I see no Candace Owens. I wonder why. And she's obviously very, very much a pro-Trump. You know, she's very much an advocate for Trump. She would love to see him win this year, you know, get a second term. But it looks like she is not speaking. The roster's very white. I'm sorry to say it, but I'm going to say it. There's only one speaker, if I'm correct, that is black.
Tonight's speaker, Senator Tim Scott.
Thank you, Tim Scott. I was trying to pull up the RNC speakers real quick because they have a nice little photo
I saw
of them.
One of the people that was on the list I thought was interesting was Vernon Jones, a Democratic state representative from Georgia. So
That's
I guess maybe
interesting.
he's leaning towards not being down.
Obviously. Well, you know, you also got to remember, you know, they showed some Republicans in regards to, you know, in support of Biden during the DNC. So I'm sure that they're going to be pulling some Democrats, I'm sure, that are sitting here going, well, no, we're over here with Trump. I mean, of course, they're going to do that. Of course. That's just kind of, I feel like when you see the first pancake, if you will, which is the DNC, that was basically the first pancake, you know, first attempt at trying to do a virtual convention. And I thought it went well. It went well. You know, regardless, it seemed like, you know, there was a lot of hiccups and there was a lot of, like, you know, WTF moments for sure. But as far as like them getting it done, it got done, you know. And the RNC is going to do the same thing. But I'm not sitting here going to say that they weren't that they didn't take their eyes off the DNC. They watched every single thing. I'm sure they were going, what can we do better? They just did it. It's the first pancake, and it was good, for the most part. But I wonder, what could we do to make it better for us? Okay, they made this mistake. Let's make sure we don't do that mistake. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like somebody going through an obstacle course before you go. You watch them make the mistakes and you're like, okay, maybe I tried this strategy before. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe you get through the obstacle course. It's kind of like that, Oh, so that's how you do it. Okay. And then you do it. I'm not sitting here saying I'm not trying to throw any shade. I'm not. I'm just saying, just to keep it straight funky, it's going to be a very interesting one to see, and see who's speaking. Like, I'm looking at this. Hold on. It looks like they got... Okay, some of his kids. Wow, a lot of his kids, actually. I take that back. He got a lot of them kids going. Wow. Let's see. The kids. Sorry, I had it, and it just disappeared on me. Damn, I hate when that happens, man. Hold on. Hold on one second. Got to download this photo so I just have it. Okay. So, obviously Pence, Nikki Haley, McCarthy, Ernst, Tim Scott, Melania, Ivanka, Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, Tiffany Trump. Like that, so yeah, like a lot of his kids. And then of course, you got like the McCluskey speaking, and of course I'm sure there's going to be some celebrities speaking as well. So it's going to be a very interesting layout for sure. It's going to be, like I said, I want to see it just to see what's going on. Like I watched the DNC just to see what was going on, and there are definitely some left turns in there. And I'm wondering if there's going to be any left turns like that. I highly, highly doubt it. Because it's Trump that we're talking about. I'm sure he's going to have his own 2 cents on how it should be run. Ooh, hopefully that wasn't on your computer, bro.
Nope.
Good. But you know what I mean? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. Maybe they're going to be like, the DNC was really boring. Maybe we just zhuzh it up. Maybe we just give it some more energy. You know what I mean? I don't know. Kid Rock will probably be playing. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a Trump supporter for sure. So it like I said, it'll be interesting to see who they got lined up. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he wants to put on a show, and I think he said that a few weeks back, is saying that like he plans on having it be more. He was wanting more things in person and wanting to have more crowds and things like that. So, that's his persona. Though he likes to have a big event, and I think each night's gonna be a big event. And I'll watch, the highlights and things from it and see what comes from it. I imagine there's gonna be the normal back and forth, and I don't know. It's just, the list is pretty standard, I think. I can't say anything too much about it until it all happens.
Yeah. I didn't know, but for me, I just still don't understand why Candace is not speaking. I think that's very, very interesting. I don't know why she's not. Yeah, and there's a lot of people. Twitter was ablaze about it. Twitter went ablaze on it and was like, "Yo, she's not on here," and they were laughing and thinking like, who's laughing now type stuff and all that. But it is very weird to me that she's not speaking. It's very weird. Mr. T12 just said she did her job to be a puppet and attack your own people and feed the narrative of stop being a victim and get off the Democratic plantation.
Oh, you know why? You know why Candace Owens isn't?
Why?
Because she dropped her book earlier this month, so she's probably out doing a book tour.
That doesn't mean a damn thing. It's all virtual. She could just sit there, plop up an iPhone and go, "Hi." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I endorse. You see what I'm saying? I 50th endorse or whatever. You know. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. But I don't know. I don't I get that people are also saying like, oh, you know, all the get off the plantation and all that, and I don't know. To me, it's just annoying rhetoric. That's just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Just like when people say that, it's their personal opinion. So I'll just leave it at that. You know what I mean? But I do find it very interesting that she's not speaking. Maybe they're worried about it being something like maybe because the black community, there's a portion of the black community that has that feels some type of way about Candace Owens. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. You know, I don't really know much about. I don't know a whole lot about Tim Scott, to be honest. But it seems like he's the only one so far as being as one of the key speakers. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a smattering of different people going in and talking, of course. So I'm sure it's going to be everybody and their mama going up there and speaking, and of all types of races, you know, and that are supporters of Trump. But at the same time, it's just very interesting that there's only one key speaker so far. So, yeah, but there you go. You know what I mean? It'll be very, very, it'll be a very interesting one, and it starts tonight. So that'll be very, very interesting. You know, so, well, we got a little bit of time to talk about this, I guess. We most definitely need to talk about Kellyanne Conway and her stepping down from her position as one of the key advisors for the president. Last night, she put up a tweet basically saying that she is stepping down from her position, that she was proud of working for the president and for the country. It was heavy, but it was honorable. Like, she was honored, but it was a heavy job. But she has to step down in regards to her kids, and in regards to one of her children. Claudia Conway is stirring quite a pot right now. She has recently said that she is in the midst of trying to get emancipated from her parents right now. You know, she's trying to divorce her parents right now, with accusations of physical and verbal abuse from both parents. It's very interesting, Jack.
Yeah, it is.
It's very interesting.
I mean, imagine sitting in a household with two prominent political figures, one that is working directly for the president, and another one that is Republican, but hates
Trump,
hates the president.
Imagine living in a household like that. You know what I mean? You got somebody who works closely with Trump, and another one that is part of the Lincoln Project, that is working, trying to get him, trying to destroy him during this election so that he doesn't win a second term. But he also stepped down just recently as well. So interesting. You were saying, Jack. I'm sorry. It's just it's so weird to me, man.
Yeah, she goes, I will be transitioning away from the White House at the end of this month. George is also making changes. We disagree about plenty, but we're united on what matters the most: the kids. Our 4 children are teens and tweens, starting a new academic year in middle school and high school remotely, from home at least for a few months. As millions of parents nationwide know, kids doing school from home requires a level of attention and vigilance that is as unusual as these times. Uh, she put out another thing that said there's going to be less drama and more mama. And so, yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay. Let me just say this. All right. Thank you for serving our country. But at the same time, this is a cover up. That's it. Sorry. She's sitting here going, "Oh, I'm bowing out because of I got to take care of my kids." Clearly makes sense. You got a daughter that is accusing you and your husband of abuse, physical and verbal abuse. So now you're going, I gotta be a mom right now because my kids are home at school for school. They're virtual learning. So I gotta step down for my kids. That doesn't make it, for me. That is a very, very terrible excuse when all this other stuff is unfolding and people are sitting here hearing these stories from her own mouth saying that you abuse her.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's trying to get emancipated starting in October. She's taken the procedure to get, she turns 16, as she said, in October, and she is ready to step away from her parents. She wants to be emancipated because of these allegations. And you're telling me you're going to step down as one of the key advisors because of
homeschool,
of homeschooling,
schooling at home,
because of virtual learning? But then your husband's doing the same thing? What? That doesn't make any sense. Something's not right. Something ain't right. Personally, a lot of bad stuff going on in the house, I think. It's got to be. It's got to be. Or they think that maybe by them coming together as a united front and being the best parents that they can be for a minute, maybe they're thinking that she'll change her mind about emancipation, and maybe it'll stop her from telling these stories or telling her truth. Whether it's true or not, this is what she's telling everybody right now. Shoot, I forgot. I got the video right here. I got a video right here of her talking about it. Go ahead.
Do you know how Claudia found out that both of them are quitting?
Via Twitter.
Not from them, but from Twitter.
Yep. She found out.
So they didn't talk with their kids about it. They just went public on Twitter about it.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Hold on one second. I'm pulling this up. Crazy. Found out from Twitter. Like, and it's like, how tight are you guys, for crying out loud? How tight are you with your own parents that you find out via Twitter? Not just from their own mouth. Like, honey, kids, let's have a meeting. Here's what's going on. I'm just going to tell you what's going down. No. She finds this stuff out from Twitter? Very interesting. But here it is. She went live on TikTok, if I'm correct. She went live on TikTok and said all this stuff. Here we go.
20 minutes ago. You all probably found out, earlier than me, sooner than me. But I just here's the thing. Here's what I just said to my parents. I know why they did it because I did it. There's no coincidence as to why they did it. I tweeted yesterday about my emancipation, and then today they come out with this news that I had no idea of, that was never talked about. My dad is very passionate about the Lincoln Project, and my mom is very passionate about her work in the White House. So it's just for me, it doesn't make any sense, but I understand and I see that there's a coincidence. And they obviously did it to try to stop me from emancipating myself, because I think that it would completely ruin their lives and rock their worlds if I were to emancipate myself, which I still am. I still am pushing forward. I still am going to keep fighting. I deserve justice. My whole life I was physically and verbally abused, and that's not okay. And I am going to fight for justice. while they're
Now, the thing is obviously it's a long live video that she talks about this. It goes on and on where she's telling about the accusations and everything like that. And like I said, I mean, we only know as much as we know. And the thing is it just doesn't make any sense that one moment Kellyanne Conway is working with the president, closely with the president, and then suddenly she ain't no mo. And that doesn't make any sense to me, to be really honest. And and here's the thing, though. Here's my only thing. I don't know who Claudia Conway is, and nor did I ever think that I would ever speak about Kellyanne Conway and about Claudia. But let me just say this. She's 15 years old. You don't think that she could be stretching the truth a little bit, just talking-ish, because she's upset, she might be angry, she might be going through her rebel phase. There's so many different things that you can throw into this mess too. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't take somebody that is saying that they've been abused not seriously. I do take it seriously, but I also see that it just doesn't make any sense. That one moment it's this, the next minute it's this. The other thing is she goes to her Instagram or her Twitter or her TikTok to put up all this stuff to feed to her viewers, to feed to all that. I mean, just think about it for a second. When you're a kid and you're in a rebellious phase and you're going through some stuff and what do? A lot of times you go against your parents. You go against what your parents usually do. But then it's gone to a whole new height of, I want to get emancipated. That's wild. That's wild. That says a lot, though. So, just playing devil's advocate for 2 seconds there, you just never know. That could be her just trying to be a rebel. Her own version of being a rebel. You know what I mean? And I know that she has her own feelings about Trump and about her mom working for Trump. I mean, that's apparently what they've been seeing on TikTok and whatnot. But at the same time, she's still 15 years old, and she's using this platform that has, that she's grown because she's been going against her mom. Could she be feeding feeding the flames to get more eyeballs? Sorry for saying that, but what are the chances? Devil's advocate here. What do you think, Jack?
Like, use it to go viral and so you can gain followers. Like, I imagine if you're a liberal agnostic, as she calls herself, in a household with a staunch Republican values and different leaning than you. Yeah. That's I could see that being like a mental abuse. But the fact that there's
maybe it is 16 is the cutoff age or the starting age where you can be emancipated, but I don't know. I've heard stories about younger kids emancipating themselves. So that might be it too. Now I'm just gonna say this: the internet has now gone to crap again.
Yeah, it's 16.
Oh, okay. The internet has gone to crap again, guys. I am sorry. We're gonna keep trudging through. We gotta wrap this show up anyway. But here's some interesting breaking news. Maybe you can Google this really quick, Jack. I just saw this from Allison. Where did it go? Kim Jong-un is in a coma.
Yeah.
What?
I saw notes about that over the weekend.
That's brand new news to me.
Saying his sister's supposedly going to take control. But there's like pictures of him on Thursday at a group thing, but I don't know if he just all of a sudden fell into a coma from something else.
Or if that's a twin,
but
or a look-alike.
Yeah, or stand-in or whatever.
I'm just saying, how could you have... So he went into a coma over this weekend, but then earlier that week he was walking around fine? Like, that seems a little weird to me. That seems a little weird.
I don't know. All the people on Twitter are like, how many times has Kim Jong Un died this year? Like, I don't know. Nothing that we can get from North Korea. I don't believe any news that comes out of it, or don't know what to believe. And like, even when South Korea is the one that's providing information on it, like, but I guess if his sister takes control, she seems to be more ready to be in a military, like, takedowns, or where she, like, when the first time that he was said to be in a coma, they blew up the consulate in between the two in the demilitarized zone or whatever.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens if she actually does take control, and if she is hell bent on, showing the power to the world and taking down America and everybody else that they don't get along with.
Yeah. It's that's interesting. It's so weird to be running just fine, and then all of a sudden, boom, coma. Just seems weird. I think I don't know. I mean, of course, I'm not trying to spread some conspiracy theories and whatnot, but that is very interesting news for him to be there, and then all of a sudden now he's in a coma. What if he was always in a coma? What if he's always been in a coma? You know what I'm saying? Which is a very good possibility, And Ducky Momo said, will the military let her, though?
With the Korean military, I believe that being a dictator, that if they don't, then she kills them, right? I think that's what's happened in the past.
Yeah.
So if she were to take power, like, it's what she says goes. And they've already, enacted on one of her, like, her things that like to do. So, I mean, I don't know. But supposedly, I mean, New York Post is putting out that he's been in a coma for months, and all of his recent public appearances were faked.
Bang.
And that's from a South Korean official.
My thoughts exactly. It's got to be faked. You can have stand-ins all day long. You know what I'm saying? That's a stand-in. He's been in coma. He's been in a coma for a while. Everyone's trying, like, let's not fake the funk, y'all. Suddenly now he's in a coma. Now, bruh, come on. Nah, that's some lies. That is some straight up lies, for sure. You know what I mean? That's just what I think.
Yeah, they said he's been in a coma for, their ideas that he's been in a vegetative state since the botched heart operation that happened. And then all the previous things that have been put out there were previously recorded or have been doctored to show updated dates and things like that. And basically, while that's all happening, that it's been leading up to getting the younger sister, Kim Yo-jung, into the position and getting it ready. And now they slowly have been bringing her into the spotlight because they can only maintain the vacuum of what's going on for so long.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, it's 2020. Let's see what other crazy stuff can happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we will most definitely see what's going to go down here. The things are going to be. We don't know what's going on in that country, and that's one of the things that's just very frustrating and scary at the same time. But I guess we're going to see as things develop. I'll tell you this. I don't think he's just in a coma. I think he's dead. I don't think he's here. I think it's just one big lie. You know what I mean? I think it's one big lie. They're just trying to soften the blow as much as they can. So now he's in a coma. And then give it a couple more weeks or give it a month or so, and they're going to say that he's dead. Clearly. That's what I think. It's way too suspect. And then all these sightings and stuff, like, that doesn't make any sense. He ain't Tupac. He ain't Elvis. You know what I'm saying? Enemy Nation says, sounds sort of like what the left is doing with RGB. RGB.
Ruth Ginsburg. Right? I mean RBG.
Is this RGB? Type Enemy Nation. Type out RGB because I don't know what he's talking about.
I think he means Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Okay. I was like, what?
But not sure.
Yeah. Well. Woo. Anyway, shoot. There's a few things that we could talk about, or we were going to talk about it, but unfortunately, we got to wrap it up now. But I tried to extend a little bit longer because of the internet issue and all that. I mean, that the internet just dropped so terribly, and then it dropped again just a second ago. But I appreciate everybody, sticking around, being a part of the conversation and everything. Yeah, there are so many interesting things that have happened over this weekend. Some positive news, but then there's been a lot of crazy news.
Would have been Kobe's birthday, right?
Yesterday was Kobe's birthday, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
I think it was
We
yesterday.
got Dave Chappelle's birthday today.
Oh, right. Come on now. Genius. Another genius. Another one. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It's been like I said, it's just been a wild week, a wild weekend. A lot of crazy stuff going on. They're saying something about a asteroid that's going to be passing by the Earth, like right around the time of the elections. We got two hurricanes blazing towards American soil right now as we speak. We got fires going on in the left coast. We got all kinds of stuff going on. It's insane. It's really, really insane. All I can say is that I hope, this week is just a safe and positive weekend, or positive week, I'm sorry, with nothing but just maybe some good news and see what's going on with this RNC, just some interesting stuff. And that's it. That's all we need, man. That's all we need, man. But we're going to wrap up the show today. Apologize for the little bit of issues with the internet. It just is what it is. But we'll be back on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I will be on tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So be sure to tune in. I will most likely, because I know that some people were sitting there going, hey, you should open up the phone lines and everything. I will have the phone lines open tonight at 7 p.m. I know that a lot of people are going to want to watch the RNC and watch that convention and everything. So I'm going to try to keep the show high and tight. So yes, so be on the lookout for that. If you haven't done it yet, hit that like button down below if you enjoyed the conversation in the show today. And if this is your first time checking out the show, please hit that subscribe button. That would really, really mean a lot. But anyway, we got to get going. I appreciate everybody who came on, and thank you so much for the comments and all that. Jack, thank you so much for being on, bruh.
Yeah, man. Good to see you today.
I
like our blue tone for Monday.
Blue tone.
I imagine tomorrow will be in maybe some orange, or you going for another lighter pastel type of color?
You never know. You just never know. It's whatever I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I feel like. But anyway, be sure to look up. I will be having a pop-up video here in a little bit, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, guys, I'll be talking to you guys very soon. Nikki, have a great day, Nikki. Malia, have a great night. Enemy Nation, thank you so much. He said, good show, Pascal, Jack. Your hair grows back too fast, LOL. Yeah, your hair is growing pretty damn fast. Yeah, bruh. It's growing fast, man. Shoot.
Yeah, it grows back, but it just grows back further and further back. So there's less of it to grow. So I think it just pushes those areas out a little faster.
Well, it's nice that we all
thank you for noticing.
It's nice that we all get to like watch your hair grow. You know what I mean? As the show goes on, it's going to be hilarious. But anyway, it's time to get going. Thank you guys all for being on. I will be on again, like I said, at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So be on the lookout for that. All right. Gecko, very nice to see you on the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, guys. June 12th, of course, Enemy Nation, Soldier. You know, James, my soldier. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you guys this evening. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I will see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Hey, take off Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
Power, respect. The festival is crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers are trucking for tweakers and losing their circles. Their loves are unique. All of us under surveillance. There was a feeling that made it. Half of them stumbling around and they faded. They live in the world that's degraded for people that's constantly hated.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. I mean, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all of that.
No,
so what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have those little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs.